The first ever men's FIFA World Cup match to be hosted in Canada will be held in Toronto.
I love the tiny trophy. FIFA has unveiled the schedule for the 2026 World Cup, and the first ever held on Canadian soil is going to happen here in our city, June 12th, 2026. Circle that date on your calendar. Joining us now for more on this is Jonathan Osorio, Toronto FC's new captain, and Sharon Ballenbach, Executive Director, FIFA World Cup 2026 Toronto. Jonathan, Sharon, good to have both of you here this morning.
Morning.
Jonathan, how are you feeling about this? That there's going to be history made in the stadium where you already play for TFC, but Team Canada will play in Toronto in just under 2 years' time.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. As a kid, growing up and dreaming of playing in a World Cup, you don't really think about dreaming of the World Cup coming here. And I'm so excited for the youth of this country. To be able to see the biggest stars and to be able to see their own national team in the first game, in the opening game, that's going to be amazing. It's
going to be pretty remarkable, and of course it's an expanded format this time around, Sharon. More teams, more games. But again, let's talk about the focus in Toronto. Are you feeling a lot of pressure right now, knowing that the name Toronto is now etched in stone? We know when these matches are happening, 6 in the 6.
Yeah, this is a big milestone for us to learn about the schedule. And as I was telling you off camera, we just found out about it the same time as the rest of the world. So we've got a lot ahead of us, but super excited. We've got 2 years to pull this together now, and we couldn't be happier with the way the schedule turned out for Toronto. An opening match. And 6 matches total. It's amazing for us and for the city.
When will we start seeing changes at BMO Field, for example? Because we know we need more seats in there to get up to that minimum 45,000 seat stadium standard for FIFA. When will Toronto, TFC fans or otherwise, start noticing differences there?
Yeah, in the next, I would say in the fall, we're going to be, people will start to see the work. There's been a ton going on behind the scenes, as you can imagine, with architects and designers and working on plans and working with FIFA on the requirements so that we meet those requirements. But there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. But in the fall, people will start to see a little bit of stuff happening there. And we'll be working in between the TFC seasons. And so it'll happen over time. Okay,
so Jonathan, let's talk about this. You're going to get to play a World Cup match at home in front of a home crowd. What's it like talking to other Canadian national team members? Like, what's their excitement level? Because you've been playing here and Vancouver as well. But what's the vibe and feel amongst the team for this?
It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I mean, a lot of the guys that we had at the World Cup were very young, and now going into this World Cup, they're going to be in their prime. So it's just exciting for our team, for the guys. A lot of guys from our team are from the GTA. A lot of others are from Vancouver. So guys are going to be able to play in front of their whole families and friends. And me playing at BMO Field, I get the privilege to do that. Playing for Toronto FC, there's no better feeling. And so when we hear that anthem playing in that first game, I'm going to get goosebumps, really. It's going to be amazing.
Just thinking about it this morning here, Jonathan. Is there any sort of like a text thread, like team text thread, or were there phone calls last night? How would you describe the aftermath once you realized the set schedule? I mean, 13 matches in Canada. I know they're not all Team Canada, but just the fact that so many matches will be played in Canada.
No, I think it's amazing, so many matches in Canada. And, Toronto, we're getting our first match is going to be in Toronto. And Toronto's going to see also, other teams in other countries, and the beautiful thing about Toronto is we're so diverse, so people are going to be able to see maybe their backgrounds and their home countries where they came from. And that's going to be amazing. To be honest, most of the messages came from family and friends that were really excited. So it's incredible.
Well, what an event to wait for. The clock is now ticking down to June 12th, 2026. Sharon and Jonathan, thank you both for being here. The beautiful game coming to Toronto, World Cup coming up here. Great conversation this morning. I'm sure we'll chat to both of you between now and then. You got a lot of work ahead on both fronts. Thank you so much for being here.